So if you any one of you has any kind of questions, keep your question till the end, because we have some goodies for you. We have some bonus surprises for you, and we have an open session at the end of this webinar when three of the speakers are done, so that we can have a question and answer here and there, and we can easily interact later. I would request all of you to stay in the end till the end, so that we can share our kind of good surprises that we have really made for you. So let's begin with next speaker we have in the house, Rakesh Tembhurne sir. He is an engineer, an entrepreneur, a writer, and he has led a lot of startups across the world. He is the owner and director of 2 technology companies in India, and is still working on different startups. He helped startups to build something new idea to grow up. So with you, all your clap, with your energy, I would like to welcome Rakesh Tembhurne sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, can you make me a host, please? Thank you so much, Jikumar. It was a wonderful session. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. Yes, it is visible.
All right. So thank you so much for joining in. And today's topics is a very important one, I would say, because nowadays we are using many new technologies, mobile phone, laptops and all, and security is very much important nowadays. So I have a question. If you can answer in the chat box, I would much appreciate it. That if is there anyone who knows either their own account was either hacked or their friend's account is hacked? Just yes or no. Yes. No.
Friends accounts, so many friends' Facebook account got hacked.
Yes. Anybody you know?
My friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people are saying that. Okay, FB account hacked. Right. So this is what happens nowadays. Accounts are get hacked. Many people have such experience personally, or some people do not have experience, because I will tell you like what happens. Okay. So there are many people who are accounts get hacked, or they are hacked, but they don't know their data is being accessed by all the servers, all the companies. Okay, such things are happening. And the only way to fight against it, stand against it, is to improve our knowledge. Okay, so as we know, I call it our brain is the best antivirus available. Okay, so when we have antivirus on the computer, we update it time to time. So we need to update our brain as well, because this is the best thing we can we have to fight against this online threats. And I will tell you like how the data gets hacked. I will let you know, and how many ways are there that our data gets hacked. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the day that I am updating your software your brain with new techniques. Okay, so I'm today going to tell you about it's a three-step process. Okay, so I have one question, like how many of you think that if we get knowledge, if somebody tells us knowledge, tips, give us tips, then we can make ourselves secure. Only with the tip or information we can be secure. You can chat, type in the chat. Would the tips helpful? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes, yes,
Right. Okay. And how about the software? We have antivirus, anti-spyware, anti-adware. A lot of softwares are there. Security. Are they helpful? Can you depend on the softwares, and can you ensure that everything can be secure? No, right. We cannot be dependent on the softwares as well. Okay. Are there any ways in which we have security threats? Other ways also? Do you think if we have the right software and we have a knowledge, can we be safe?
yes, it can be safe.
Yes. People are saying it, yes. Let me tell you, it's a three-step process. As I have told you, it's a three-step process. Okay. So let me tell you what is it. Its first one is the brain. Brain means the idea. We have a to do. People tell with tips. You can do this. You can do that. All kind of tips we get. Okay, these are important one, but not the 100% of. Okay, we all also have a softwares like anti-spyware, anti-adware, but installing them, can we be sure? No, we can't be sure, because there are other threats also. These are called network threat. Even though our computer is all secure, or we have all the knowledge, we are using all the tools, we cannot ensure, because attacks happen from different parts. So I'll give you tips how these are we are getting attacked, and how we can prevent on these three fronts. Why these three fronts? Because if we want to be we are as secure as the weakest link. So if we are if we have great software, we have a updated one, we have a legal softwares, and we know all the things, but even then we cannot ensure our safety and security. Okay, so let's get started. I'll give you a few tips and information. So let's go on the brain part. Okay, so phishing attack. How many of you know the what is phishing attacks? You can type I in the chat box. Let's see, we have around 30 participants. How many people know what is phishing attacks? Okay. Okay, one or two, or many, too many, less. Okay, so let me tell you what is phishing attacks. So phishing attacks are the attacks in which other people try to mimic some other people. For example, let's say somebody emails you that somebody has withdrawn 1 lakh rupees from your account. It's very urgent. Somebody is withdrawing 1 lakh rupees from your account. This is the link. If you want to stop it, just click that link. What if you get SMS and you get an email? What will you do? We will all get panic, right? We will all get panic, and we'll try to see what is happening, and we'll try to log into our website, banking website, and just see like what is happening. Is there secure or not? And if you see that email and you mistakenly click on this, what will it show? It will show a site which is very similar to the site you were already using, like banking site, and you will type your username, password, and try to log in, and you will not be logged in. Why? Because it will be a fake website. And this is what happened. So phishing is like fishing. What we do, we put up some food for the fish, and we just wait. So that's the way hackers just clone their website. Like if we have a banking website, they will create a clone website. So for example, it's the bank's name is ICICIbank.com. So they will create a new website called ICICI-bank.com or similar reading site, and just copy the whole website and then have all the content very similar looking. Okay, so this is called the phishing attacks. I'll tell you a story that I once got almost hacked because somebody was mailing, because they came to know that I applied for some credit card, and they just sent me a message that, okay, you have applied and your card has been approved. You just need to click this document and put some information. And I just went to that, and I just suspected, because they were asking my Aadhaar card details. You know that if you your money can be transferred from your Aadhaar card, account by using Aadhaar card number also, because now your Aadhaar card is linked with your bank account. Okay, so this kind of way, but almost I just checked their website and then I got alerted. Okay, so this is what happens. So no software can prevent this. This is the only brains hack. You have to be very careful of the links that you click. For example, here you can see the myuniversity.edu.renewal, but you don't know what exactly the link is. It is just a text. It can be anything, but inside, when you click on it, it will redirect you to some other site. So be careful with that. Okay, second tip that I have is use two-factor authentication. What is 2FA? Every website, including Gmail, Facebook, your banking website, has 2 layers of protection. Okay, so for example, if your email get hacked, what happens? If someone tries to change your password, what they will do, they will send you an SMS and they will ask for a code. If you can't give that code, your password won't be able to change. Okay, so it is an extra layer. So whenever possible, whenever you have an option, please do 2FA, two-factor authentication. Almost all good companies have this two-factor authentication. It will save your life from being hacked. Okay, password can easily be hacked. I'll tell you how. Okay, and third tips. Okay, I have a question on you. How many of you have any password? You can see on the right side. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9. QWERTY, because they are in the same line. Okay, people are joining in. Okay, anyone? Just type I. Okay, I see one hand. Rashid. Okay, I'll tell you, it takes less than a second. It takes less than a second to crack such passwords. Okay, because nowadays people don't just type manually. They have all the scripts. Okay, the script can run, thousands and lakhs of times faster. And with the social engineering, people have all the information about us, like what is our mobile number, what is email ID, what is our spouse name, what is our children name, and they use it as a combination. So they, with that combination, a different combination of password is created. And what are the most common password? Our name, our mobile number, banking number, date of birth. These are the very common ways or common passwords that people use. And with the social engineering, they hack it very easily. Okay, like earlier, they don't change your password. They just keep it. They take your all the data and they keep your password as it is. They don't change it. So you won't have an idea that your account is actually got hacked. They will have all the details of yours. So what is the way of preventing it? So first one is to create a complex password. Now I have created one video on my YouTube channel, ways to create password. It's just 3 minutes video, and I have introduced one SIR method, so that if you have a your favorite song, any song, favorite song, you can create a complex password that even people see, they won't be able to remember. Okay, so it's a very effective way. You can check out my YouTube channel and then see that. So you have to use complex password and never you reuse the password. What it means, if you have one password on the Facebook, don't use it on the Gmail. Why? Because if your Facebook account get hacked, your Gmail accounts get hacked. If your Gmail accounts get hacked, then every other accounts get hacked, because whenever you see type the forget password, it will come to your email address, and then every other account is also get hacked. So never reuse the same password. Okay. In that video, I have told a method you can use the a part of the domain name in your password, new password algorithm that you can create, and you can create a unique password for the each of the site. You know, so if you are creating password of the Facebook, you can type FB, have FB somewhere according to your algorithm, have FB somewhere, so that same password won't be repeated for the other site. All right. And you have to change your password, like banking forces us, so few banks force us to update password after every few days. That way we can just be ensured. Okay, and then there are a few software that we can, I'll tell you the list of the softwares. Okay, so there are few softwares that help us to check the strength of the password. How is it fair? It is a strong password. It will show us that, and you can use the password manager like this. So you can see on the screenshot. Uh, this is from the KeyPass software. I use it regularly. You can store all the passwords here. You can have one master password, and you can store all your password there. And if you want to create a new password, all the passwords, difficult password can be created from this software as well. And so you can use this software as well. Okay. All right. And the fifth tip that I want to tell you, that use different email addresses for every different. For example, for Facebook or a social media account, Facebook, Twitter, use different email IDs. For work, use different email ID. On the for personal information, use different email ID. Why? Because social media email IDs are easily, people get easily, and they can try to crack your password. But if you have a different password for different purposes, even if one password get hacked, account get hacked, you won't have any problem. And I'll tell you another tip. Okay, you can use the same email but in a different way. For example, you can see this email ID, johndoe@gmail.com. You all have such email ID, right? Some your username @gmail ID, gmail.com. Okay, what you can do, you can add this plus some text, anything. After plus, you can write anything, and still it is your valid email ID. So you have 10 website, you can write 10 different texts here and use the same email ID to register. Now what is happening? All the emails are coming to the same email account. Okay, there won't be any difference. But what will happen, you can always search. Like for example, I'm not so sure about any website I'm registering on, so I can always go and search this spam email ID in my Gmail. Then I can take out all the emails that are coming on these email address. So you will come to know that who are sending you this email ID. All right, so till now we have covered brain. And okay, this is the last tip of the brain. I mean, that doesn't require software or tools. So what big companies are doing, they are collecting your personal information, a lot of information. So for example, let me ask you a question. Have anybody, you can write I in the chat box. Have anybody ever felt that if you're talking with some friends, talking about any topic, like I'm going to this location or I'm going to buy that, and after a few days you started seeing those ads? Okay. Anyone, you can type. All right. Lot of people experience this stuff. Why this happen? I'll tell you. Big companies, they have access to all the information. For example, when you install an app, what it asks your permission to read SMS, ability to call. It means it can read all the call details. Whom did you call? Whose call did you receive? How many minutes you have talked with some person? Okay, they have all the access to your data. Any photo you click, they have access. Okay, and the machine learning algorithm can identify what was that about photo about. Okay, don't trust me, you can just go to Google Images and just search. What will you find? Images nowadays can be found with any item into it. You just type cat and it will take out all the photos where there is a cat. How do you think it happens? Because of machine learning algorithms. So machine learning algorithms, they can read the images as well, what is it is in there. So these way, all the apps have, majority apps have access to all the information on your phone. They are secretly updating it to the servers, and these way they collect all the information. I'll tell you one more thing. If you go to the Google activities, there is a your Gmail account, there is a Google activity page. If you go on the Google side and the settings you go, so you can find your location history. Even if your GPS is turned off, its Google location activity has the details of all the places you have recently visited. Means you have gone to any shop, or from one square to you went to another square, it has all the history, recorded history by default, even if your GPS is off. Okay, companies are collecting a lot of information. Okay, and you can search about the Cambridge Analytica. It was a big scam happened where the Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's election was going on. They literally change the people's view about a political party. It is that effective because they have all the details about you. They can change the what you think, what things you should like that. They have power over you. So your information is being used against you. They are being used to sell some things, promote some things. Okay, and you are being profiled. So this information you can stop. There is no other way you can stop it. uh, Stop it where with your uh, own brain. You have to think on it. How do I stop it? What I do, I just use app from the browser. I don't have Facebook installed on my mobile phone. I don't have Facebook app. What I do, I just use it in the mobile browser. So what is difference? If I don't have installed application, it won't ask my contacts details. It won't ask my permission to read file. It won't ask my permission to use microphone, permission to camera, all the things, and it won't have any access to the information. Right? So it's I have restricted that app. Instead, what I'm doing, I'm just using it in the browser. So browser doesn't have ability to use all the information, but I'm still able to use Facebook. Right? So you have to restrict the application access. Don't install any unnecessary. People install any free game and they ask you a lot of data. So that way your data is being synced on the server. So let's quickly go on the software front. Just a sec. So use software. So all that we talked about, some brain or tips that we can use. Okay, no software can prevent that. Now we are talking about how software can help us to be secure. So we all know that antivirus, anti-malware, anti-spyware, there are variety of softwares that can prevent. They are not only antivirus. Virus is just a category. There are a lot of categories. So you have to install that software as well. Okay, I'll give you a list. I'll show you my list, what's recommended software that you can install. But remember, antivirus, these are the must softwares. Okay, drop Windows. Okay, it is my tip, but it's very difficult for some people, because I would recommend to use Linux, because they are free. They are legally free. Like Windows, it is, you have to give some fees for that, using legal version of the Windows. But they let us pirate the software. Okay, they have fees, but they let us pirate the software, and the pirated software is insecure. Okay, they don't have all the updates. So this is a way of very tricky way. So that's why most of the Windows get viruses. Linuxes and Macs, they get very less infected with virus. This is the way. This has to do with the way Windows has been created. So if possible, because nowadays, in earlier days, Ubuntu. How many of you heard Ubuntu? You can type I. Okay, I can see some people. Okay, you can type I in the chat box. Okay, if you have not, it is a really great software. You can install it in the pen drive as well. You don't need to install it in your machine. You can just install it in a pen drive. You can just plug in the pen drive and restart the machine from that pen drive, and you whole operating system will be available. I'll tell you, sir, what is the spelling. I'll tell you the logos. You can just search around it. Okay, so so if possible, drop Windows, because Windows is a inherently insecure operating system, the way it is created. And Linux is more used on most of the server, but nowadays there are very friendly operating systems that have come. And Linux as by default free. They are a free operating system, but they are good companies, but they are offering it for free. It's a different model, but they are offering it for free. Okay, it doesn't mean that they are not safe. Third one is keep your data backup. What happens when the computer crashes? What's the main thing you lose? The data, all the information, all the data. So what are the ways to prevent that data? You can use the Google Drive or a Dropbox. Okay. How many of you use this Dropbox or Google Drive? You can type I in the chat. Okay. Yes. Good. People are using Dropbox and other software. So what they do is they give a limit to like 15 GB of the data. They create one folder on your machine, and then it syncs with the server. So all your data is synced with the client, and now your mobile can have the same data, your machine can have data, and for any reason your machine is crashed, you'll always have your data. You don't have to worry about the backup. So I have main folder in that. I copy all my files into that, and data is always synced with the server. Okay, that way you can prevent the after effects. What happens after the account is crashed? Okay. Okay. Another tip is cleaning the caches. We use the browser. Most of us use Chrome, right? I know that because it's the most favorite browser. It's very easy and it is fast. But the Chrome is using your data to sync with the Google Clouds, and there are many extensions that are used. They have access to your data. So what happened? All the data is saved in the computer in the form of files. Okay, so that files have the data. If any virus that can get access to that files, they can extract the information. Although they are encrypted, they can take out some information about personal information about you. So that is dangerous. So you should always be cleaning up caches and cookies that is present. You can go to the settings of your browser and then you can change it. My recommendation is don't use Chrome. There are better versions of Chrome. It is called the Brave browser. Okay, I'll share you the list of that. And don't save the password. Some people have habit to save the password in the browser. So even if somebody, because password are then also saved in the form of files. All right. So don't save the form. Okay, these are the list. You can see that Avast antivirus. It is a recommended. It is a world's #1 antivirus software. There are local ones, but I don't trust because they are built very with a good quality, and it doesn't take any load on the computer. And I was talking about the spyware search and destroy. It is bots and spywares, adwares. There are multiple softwares which are not uh, you know uh, cleaned by the antiviruses. It's not job of antivirus. You need something else. That something else is taken care by spybot search and destroy. Okay, this is Ubuntu. Somebody asked me about the spelling. It's Ubuntu. So it's a great operating system. Okay, and it has a lot of free versions. Okay, so you can check out that later. Dropbox, you all of you know, or you can use the Google Drive. They have their software download, and there is a Brave software. This is a alternative to the Chrome. The only difference between the Chrome and the Brave is all the trackers that tracks you, all the trackers that sends your data to the many servers. These are blocked in the Brave. So they have created a internal, blocker, tracking blockers. So that is the only difference. So if you start using this Brave, you will have, much more secure. And for this saving password, I told you one software called KeyPass. I use this LastPass because all the softwares are, password are saved there. So let's go ahead quickly. We have very less time right now. And the third thing is on the network. So important question is, why do you think that network is important? Because I'll tell you, I'm a developer. What happens? We can access. If you and I are on the same network, I can SSH into your machine. Okay, even if your machine is secure, but I can attempt it. I have direct connection with your machine. Okay, so there are many ports open on any computer. It is by default. Okay, and they are open to, for example, printing. It works on some printing port. So someone designs a website, a software that can use that open port to enter into your computer. So it is a warning for that our computers are can be hacked. So don't use a insecure networks. So first one is always use a password, password wala router. Don't use. What happen? We go to the hotels, or many people have like, अरे free का Wi-Fi मिल रहा है, चलो restaurant में जाते हैं, वहाँ पे free का Wi-Fi है. Okay, so because of that, we are connected to the insecure network, and any computer can gain access to our computer. Okay, so I think our time is done, but I'll quickly finish it in 1 minute. Okay, also don't use the POS means don't use your cards nowadays. POS are like when we go for shopping and we do the billing, we use our card. Don't use our card, because that computers are, they are not updated very regularly, and they are very risky computers. So don't use anything nowadays. There are Wi-Fi based card. You don't have to swipe. You can just take it near the machine and it will just take out money. Okay, these are good technologies, but very prone to hacking and all. So don't use POS. If possible, you can always do online payment. Turn off Bluetooth, because what happens when Bluetooth is turned on, anyone can have a hacking device, can connect quickly with your machine. Now your machine is directly connected with the devices, and they can inject the malware or software. So use it, turn it on when needed only. Don't keep it on all the time. Okay, it is dangerous, because this is one of the common ways machines get infected. Okay, and use HTTPS. For example, let me show you quickly on the browser.
वॉइस नहीं आ रही सर.
Sir, you are muted, I think, Rakesh ji.
Sorry for that. I have shown you the certificate. Okay, you can use that certificate. Only use the sites that are showing the green. Okay, the certificate is valid. What does that mean? It means that the connection between your computer and the server is secure. And if it is not showing green, it means, okay, it means that somebody is listening or reading the data in between. So you are typing username and password, everything is going in between. Somebody is reading, some computer is reading. Okay, and the last one is use VPN or Tor. Okay, what is VPN? VPN is a type of software which creates a virtual network. So there are a lot of VPN software. It will add one extra security to your data. So thank you so much for your time and patience. I know that you must be having a lot of question on this, and sorry about I put a lot of new terms, technology terms on you. It is very heavy for common people, but I have no option right now. So if you have any doubts, you can always ask me in the last. We have a question answer session. You can connect with me on my YouTube channel, Code to Shine with Rakesh. Okay, I have my own blog, rakesh.tembhurne.com, and Facebook I have like tembhurne.rakesh. You can search Rakesh Tembhurne Technology Mentor, and you can find my Facebook page. So thank you so much for your time.